Hi there, welcome to Space Ghost Coast to Coast.
I'm your host with the most.
Space Ghost.
And you're watching
Space Ghost Coast to Coast. We're a sensation. I eat cereal out of the box. No milk and I don't wear socks. It's actually Cartoon Network.
Oh.
Yeah, you never watched Space Ghost?
I thought we had the Disney Channel flow.
No. But do buy our merch in the shops down below. Cup Holder Productions.
Mm-hmm. It's still a thing. Surprise.
Joshua. We'll do it one more. Joshua.
Hey, Ian.
We have a few questions we want to ask one another about the movie we just made.
Really? Is that
the movie we just
yeah,
made?
That movie.
That one.
Mm-hmm.
So, what was the first question you wanted to ask me, Joshua?
So, Ian.
Well, here's the thing. So, Joshua.
So, Ian. So, real talk, guys. We just made a movie. It's called Lost and Found. If you haven't seen it, it's up on the Joshuagrapher channel. Definitely watch that first. You don't want anything getting spoiled for you. I think it's one of the best movies we've made.
I enjoyed it very much. Yeah,
it was a fun experience overall. I think it turned out really great, and I think you'll like it. So definitely check it out. There will be a link in the top right.
Yeah, right over here.
Yeah, in that general direction.
Click on Josh's face because we can't do that anymore. But it's a funny gag.
So, Ian.
Yes.
When we were discussing kind of the beginnings of this film, and we were talking a little bit about the concept and what the story would be, we had this idea for this character. What were kind of some of the evolutions of that idea as we progressed forward to shooting? How that idea changed as we got closer to the shoot date?
Well, the character definitely got more attractive as we decided to cast Ethan.
Yeah.
Our good friend.
That was a very good decision on our part, I think. Yeah,
I think that character didn't change a lot, Joshua. I think the whole script kind of took on a different change as we started to film it. I had more of a comedic view when I first started thinking about writing it. And I think it got more of a beautiful kind of serious aesthetic with it as we started filming, which I'm totally okay with because I think it turned out really well.
Yeah, I agree. I think the shots that we ended up getting that we weren't really planning for ended up being some of the best. And some of the things that we added last minute ended up being a great part of the story that we didn't even see coming. So,
I would agree. I would definitely agree with that.
Yeah. So as we were approaching the shoot day, we decided we wanted to do these cycles of the days, kind of to portray this mundane routine of this kid living through the apocalypse, which is kind of like this oxymoronic idea, but. We
had a lot of ideas with what we could do with that. There were a few that we weren't able to do just because of time constraints.
Mm-hmm.
Out of those ones, which one do you think we missed the most? Like, would have been the best to have in there?
I liked the idea of him cooking Spam for himself every day. We actually went so far as to buy and bring Spam with us to the shoot. And when we built that fire on the second shoot day,
we just didn't have the time.
There wasn't enough time.
Yeah, but I did like that idea.
It's also funny that the fire scene only ended up in the first day and didn't get repeated throughout the day cycles.
That's true. I really missed the. We wanted to do like a splashing water on his face thing.
Yeah.
Like from those stupid acne commercials.
Yeah.
But we didn't get to do that. But
we didn't have like a big enough tub of water. We had like a little pitcher outside the tent.
Yeah.
Like a little JPEG of it in there too. And a lot of people didn't notice it. They were like, "Well, I wonder where he gets his water from." And I'm like, "Well, there was a water pitcher outside the tent." And they're like, "Oh, it's just one of the many things that I don't think people really picked up on." But that they were like subtle things.
We were very
paying attention.
Yeah, we were narrowed in. There's a lot of cool hidden things.
Yeah.
Except for not a lot. We didn't get enough time.
There's a few.
There's Yeah.
And speaking of that drive,
cut to a clip.
In the wild. Yes, it's a wild wildebeest.
Mm-hmm. This is a behind the scenes. Behind the scenes. So behind the scenes, we're like driving up. What is it? 5 o'clock now. Gonna try and beat the sunrise, get some good shots, hopefully.
we were heading up there around like 3 in the morning,
Yeah.
It was
There was
we were
some
trying to-
delirium.
There was some this we had this idea of getting like a sunrise time lapse, and so we wanted to get up there before the sun got up. So we stayed up. We pulled an all-nighter. We left at like 2. We realized this is a funnier story. I'm gonna let him tell the story of the chip, the
Okay.
SD card.
Well, I want it
Fiasco.
noted. Guys, be prepared way ahead of time. The only reason we were so late to everything is because we found out like a day before we started shooting that we had to be done in a week. So we were like, sweet, we get 2 days to shoot because you're going to be gone after that.
Yeah,
And you have to
exactly.
start editing.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the big things was we wanted to have really good sound quality up there for some of the shots that we were doing, which meant we needed to get a boom mic out there. Except for the boom mic we had ran on a 2 gigabyte.
Well, the sound recorder. So I'm you're actually listening to it right now. I have an H1 sound recorder. Sounds pretty good. Right.
Now it does.
Right now it sounds great because this microphone is definitely the one
It's
we're using.
real and it's hooked up.
It's real and it's hooked up to a thing, and so that recorder runs off of a micro SD card, and the card has to be 2 gigabytes or less, or it won't work. It doesn't recognize any micro SD card that is larger than 2 gigabytes. So that was a whole fiasco. We realized we didn't have one, and we needed one the day of.
The night.
Like the night as we were getting ready to leave. And so we were like, all right, we need to hit up a Walmart to find one of these things. And we went to one of those 24-hour Walmarts, and...
Cut to a clip.
Yo, Ian, what did we f*** up?
Only a little bit.
Did we come into Walmart with no money?
We came into Walmart with an insufficient amount of money, is I
And-
think how I would put it.
Are we calling our actor to ask
Yeah.
him if he has money?
Our actor / financer.
I mean, he is now.
Amen, brother. Hopefully.
Is he not going to answer? He's asleep in the car.
And oh, by the way, it's like 3:30 a.m.
Oh yeah, no, the sun is not up. We have to get some sunrise shots. We're on a time crunch. Hour drive ahead of us. You want me to drive that? Now that I've finished the shot list?
Do you want to? I really don't care.
So yeah, we did not find one, and we wouldn't have had the money for it even if we had found one.
Probably.
And we're all super tired and delirious, and we decided...
But luckily,
Jeremy
also didn't find one on his way up.
Hey Jer, thanks for coming up and helping us out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
So
Yeah, we tasked Jeremy, one of our production assistants up there, and also a good friend of ours, to see if he could find one before he came up for the shoot in the morning, so we could get some sound. And he could not find one anywhere. It was an unfortunate day.
it was bad.
It was bad. So we didn't get any audio from the first day of shooting. So all the clips that take place from like the morning to like the middle of the day, we had to patch in audio, like re-record audio. We had to.
Could you tell? We could. It bothered us a lot.
But we did record just some like sound foley. We recorded some foley and we patched it in and kind of built the soundscape for the first day, which was annoying because we had sound for half the clips but not the other half.
Whew.
That was a fun experience for me.
Super fun.
Having only a week to edit the video because the contest that we were entering was in a week, or the due date was in a week.
So this is about as glamorous as editing gets.
Speaking of that contest, we did not win because we broke
All of the
every rule.
There were only 2 rules in this contest.
And we broke them all.
Well, we didn't really. We didn't break the nudity rule. So
That's right. That's right.
We
He
asked
said
about
no
it.
nip, no tip, and we provided.
We purposefully, if you look at some of the shots,
I dare you to try and find a nip in those shots.
we actually like have shots of him shirtless where we purposefully just block out the nipple, like even just barely.
Because we're artists.
Because we are artists and we have just a scrap of artistic integrity.
This is my favorite part.
Right around here.
That's the best thing. That's just gonna be a montage of Ethan shirtless. And so we also broke the time limit rule, which it was supposed to be a 4-minute or less film.
Ooh.
And ours was 8 minutes. However,
So did literally everybody else.
there was one film in the contest that did not break.
Well, except for the one that was just a Doritos commercial.
Oh, yeah. Like, straight up, like, the kid just ripped off clips from a Doritos commercial and cut them together. It was
very artistic.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, enough about the contest.
We're not salty. We're not bitter.
I'm a little salty, and he's a little bitter. Welcome to our TV show, Little Salty, Little Bitter.
It's actually... I'm going to pitch that. That's good. That's real good. After we debuted the film on the contest, we made a few edits. One was that we patched in some longer clips of him on the railing, just because we weren't worried about the time limit at that point.
Because we were definitely worried about the time limit before that.
Were there any funny stories from set? While we were filming?
Oh, so, as you know, we got there at, like, 5:30 in the morning.
Oh, yeah. And we
realized the reason we came up there was for a shot of the sunset, or the sunrise.
And that it was an overcast day.
So it didn't even matter if we could get it or not. So we decided to instead just all take a nap in the tent that we had pitched.
And we did that for a couple good hours.
A couple very good hours.
Oh, yes. Those were probably the best hours on set.
For sure.
It was just our actor and the two directors sleeping on each other in this 2-man tent.
Which is technically a 1-man tent when I'm in there.
Another funny story. As we were driving up the path, if you've seen the vlog where we go up to that place for the first time, the road up there isn't exactly the safest.
I don't hear can't, you mother.
And driving up there in my little Kia Soul was definitely a terrible idea. And I think Ian was driving, and we were going up
Again, at like 4 in the morning.
And this giant rock is just in the middle of the road.
So I swerve to not hit it, and then I hit a different rock in the road.
Yeah, so it just popped my tire. Like, literally, the tire just pops. All of a sudden, we get the low air pressure in the tire message.
I'm still driving, I'm like, it's probably fine. It's a bumpy road.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably not totally flat.
It was totally flat.
Very flat, yeah.
And we get up a certain, like, pretty close to the location, and we realize this is terrible, and we've been driving on a flat tire.
And so we drive the rest of the way up to the location.
Because we're already on this road, and driving down is a lot longer than just finishing the journey upwards.
We were like 2 minutes away from where we were supposed to park.
Yeah, we were like, it was so close to it that we were just like, screw it, we're gonna do this. We came all this way, and we'll figure out. We'll have to call AAA or something.
Yeah, getting back down was an experience too, huh?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh man. So after we finished the shoot, and Jeremy was up there with us, Ian and Jeremy went back to my car.
I'm gonna bring some of the stuff down, and then I try and fix that tire. Oh, that's helpful. Thank you very much.
And found my Kia Souls, if you don't know, are these tiny little cars. And
Sponsor. Kia Soul.
It's true. They do not come with a spare tire. They come with a tire patch.
Sponsor.
They come with basically you get a little thing of like liquidized rubber and compressed air. Right? Is that what it was, essentially? And so you fill up the tire and you spray on the liquid rubber. onto the hole.
As you fill it up, it like the whatever the liquid rubber or whatever patches from the inside, so you don't even have to put it onto the tire.
Oh wow!
Directly. Yeah, it's really cool, and it usually works. But Jeremy, when he told me to turn on the car, had not plugged it into the tire, which means all of the liquidized rubber that was supposed to patch the tire
sprayed all over
his car. Whew, that was an experience, huh?
Yeah.
Which meant we had to drive down, also on a flat tire.
And I parked myself in this little gas station and proceeded to wait 3 hours for the AAA truck.
But it's okay, because we got him some Carl's Jr., Hardee's.
Because I was sitting there in the gas station parking lot, and they went and drove to Carl's Jr. and got me burgers.
And then we left him there.
And then left me there. That's not a joke. They actually left me there with like 2 hours left on the wait. And I just sat in my car waiting for the AAA guy to get there.
Like a sad loser.
So I did not think I was going to vlog today, guys, but I've been here for 2 hours and I am really bored, so it was fun. It was real fun.
Sad loser.
So anyway, and then day 2 comes along.
I wasn't there.
No, he was not. He ended up bailing on our second shoot day, which wasn't a huge deal. We had kind of our shot list planned out, so props to him. So
go ahead. Tell us about how the second day went.
The second day went swimmingly, actually. the second day was
no pop tires.
Nothing bad, nothing really remotely bad happened. The worst thing that happened was that when we got there, our other friend Levi Weatherall, the Oven Archer.
Hi guys, I'm the Oven Archer.
John, if we find a dead body in this cave, I'm gonna lose my...
On YouTube, link.
Go check him out.
You should.
He's on Josh's face.
Fastest growing channel on YouTube.
Next to yours, of course.
Of course. Of course. There's no way he has more subscribers than me.
Just copy cut your names and switch them, like clearly in the video. Just switch them.
So Levi gets up there, and as the first thing he does when we get to the location is he gets onto the edge of the cliff, right, and just screams. He goes just like a war cry, like like as loud as could be into this giant valley overlooking this mine shaft. And a guy yells back at us. This guy was camping like across the valley.
Ooh.
And I have no idea what he said, but we were worried that if anyone there that maybe owned the land, or something like that were to come along.
At this point, we should flash on the screen. We definitely had a permit to film there.
Mm-hmm. Always get permission for your film locations. The sketchiest thing that happened on day 2 was probably that. Everything else went really well. Levi recorded audio perfectly, and it all sounded great.
Hey, Josh, let me ask you a quick question, director to director. What was your favorite thing to shoot?
My favorite thing to shoot? Well, I gotta say that the woods scenes, I'm partial to the woods scenes because it was just me exploring just all the different shots we could get, and there are some really pretty ones. Like, I think some of the prettiest shots I've ever done in like all of my stuff were from those forest like scenes that we did with Ethan. Now, that was definitely Ethan's least favorite part because that mask is... Yeah, you want to grab it, actually? This mask is like...
It's not great.
It's not great. It's not fun to wear. It smells awful. The visibility is extremely limited. The only thing you can see out of are these holes.
Which are perfectly placed right in the middle of the mask, where visibility is highest.
Exactly.
Right in the middle. And
so... yeah, he was basically taking off the mask in between scenes and like begging me to stop because it was just an awful experience. And so we got those scenes and those look amazing. We also thought it would be fun because the concept involves the girl at the end finding Sully is the name of the character, and
we left subtle hints in the film to tell you that. We didn't. Saying.
Oh, yeah, no, there's nothing to tell you that his name would be Sully.
I don't even think...
It's completely arbitrary.
Is that canon?
Sure.
Wait, it's canon in script, because we were like, we can't just call him Guy.
The girl's name is Ellie, fun fact.
Like from the video game.
Yeah.
Get it?
Because Anna Piper, the girl who plays Ellie, is her favorite game is...
Last of Us.
The Last of Us, yes. I've only played it once.
Just Last of Us.
It's The Last of Us.
I'm pretty sure it's Last of Us. Flashed up on the screen, future Josh. You were right.
That's great. So we thought it would be fun to have Anna come on and play the girl since her photo was the one we used for this mystery girl. So we had her record some voice lines, and at the end she just kind of walks up behind him and says hello, and that's the end of the film.
Hello.
extreme spoiler alert. That is the end of the film.
We did it, everybody. We made it to the end of a 8-minute film.
Mm-hmm. And that's the end. Bye!
Got that out of the way.
I wanted to talk a little bit about this mask, actually. So, a lot of the questions I got after the debut of the film.
What's up with the mask?
Why is the mask important? Why does he need it in some places and not others? So, we had this underlying story that we kind of hinted at, but it wasn't. I don't think it was communicated very well. And that's one of the, I think...
That was one of the hard parts of not being able to prepare enough.
Yeah.
I feel like we could have had some really cool visual cues as to what was going on,
But so essentially, this is kind of like I guess it was a radioactive apocalypse. Or kind
yeah,
of like,
something around that part.
Essentially, there are these safe spots. These spots that, for some unknown reason, aren't affected by the radiation,
or
so
like just weren't hit with the radiation.
And so this campsite was right on the edge of one of those safe spots. And so he's fine in the tent, but when he leaves and he goes into that forest, he's no longer in that safe spot. So he would be affected by whatever it is that was causing.
And as you know, if you want to grab the mask real quick, this is all you need to protect yourself from radiation.
Or whatever the poison or harmful...
a broken gas
was.
mask. Maybe it's just a in his head placebo thing. Who knows?
I mean, it could just be like a weird tick. Like, we didn't really write a real reason for the gas mask.
Yeah, it was just kind of we thought it would be an interesting character thing to have, and it gives him kind of an iconic look, I think, that we wanted.
So it brings a certain aesthetic to the film. We would have patched up we actually wanted to like tape over the broken holes to make it a little more believable. But like we said, Ethan can only see out of this because of the holes in the mask.
It was good.
You can't see through the glass. You can only see through the holes in the glass.
Also, don't ask us why there's bullet holes in there. We don't know, actually.
We found this. If you don't know, if you haven't seen the vlog, you don't know. But we actually, literally, we just found this.
It was just on the side of a mountain,
like out where we filmed it, and it was a godsend. It really did bring like a very unique
it became like a cool part of it, I think.
It definitely added to just like the visual effect of the film. So if that answers or doesn't answer your question, I'm sorry. Essentially, it's whatever you make of it, really. You can decide what the tragedy is, and why he, for whatever reason, wears the mask when he goes outside. But
yeah, you can also wonder if it's his wife or his sister.
Oh yeah, let's talk about the girl, actually. So a lot of people don't understand why the girl is there. So can you kind of explain your thought process when we were writing that part of it?
So for me, it was this cool idea of the mundane life that he was living all by himself the whole time, only to then be broken up by like a voice at the end. And honestly, it didn't have to be the girl in the photo. Like even though the picture of the girl and the voice of the girl are the same person, Anna Piper. It honestly could have just been anyone. We could have had a guy's voice at the end if we wanted to. It's literally just that someone else is there. And that's like breaking up the kind of like loneliness that he's feeling that we were trying to portray throughout the entire thing, of this kind of like underlying like he's alone.
Yeah. And so the idea of lost and found, I think, comes to fruition because I think as you're watching, you might assume that the lost and found title comes from the idea of the photo, losing it, finding it.
Yeah.
And then at the end, when the voice, you hear the footsteps behind him, and then you hear the voice, you kind of imagine that, oh, he's been lost for this so long time, and now he's been found, whoever it may be. So, yeah, I think that explains pretty much all the questions. So yeah, we made this film.
We're gonna make more.
We're gonna make another one actually really soon.
Be waiting for that one. It's not gonna be as long, because we actually care about the rules of this film contest.
Yes, that is true. And then more in the future, hopefully. We have a lot of ideas for like horror films. It's October, so it's kind of that time of year.
Even though they'd be coming out in like December.
Yeah, it's
you know,
true.
that also kind of creepy time of the year where you have to be with your family. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching it. I hope you had some semblance of enjoyment watching this. And if you didn't, sorry.
It's kind of our fault.
You're at the end, so there's
So
nothing
you've
we
made
can really
it.
do about it.
Congratulations, you've reached the end of the video. You get a cookie. I will hand deliver it to your door. Just send me your address and your mommy's credit card number.
Also, your social security number.
and the little numbers on the back of the credit card. And that's all today, folks. This has been fun. This is Ian. I'm Josh.
That's Joshua.
And
this was Disney 365 signing out.
See you guys later. Bye. Oh!
It's literally, I always do that for all of my videos. Get your merch at loganpaul.com/shop.
Sponsored by water, because if he's doing that joke, I'm doing this one.